up, you guys? It is Mary. Welcome back to my channel, you all. Today we are going to be reviewing another fashion show from Paris Fashion Week, and today we are going to be talking about Valentino. Yeah, they just had their show. I think it was last week, but I really want to get into this collection because I know last time they had their collection, it was like this really beautiful collection of blacks and pinks, and ever since then I've been hooked and I love their show. This one I was a little bit confused. He kind of pulled a little bit back from his last collection with the color scheme. But this one, it looked a little bit crazier. It looked like he really was pulling from Studio 54. And before I even looked at what his inspiration was, I literally was like, this is a party scene. It looks like it's giving me a little bit of circus. And it was also giving me a little bit of mimes. You know, guys know those little mimes that do like all these little things that they don't speak, but they have like these white ruffle collars. That's what it was giving me. So that's why I was like a little bit like circus vibes and a little bit of party vibes. Cause honey, he had everything in this collection, and it was quite interesting. Like, he went from ball gowns to huge ruffles. He went from sheer to green tights. He had striped jackets. He even had like these dresses that were bows, and then he had underwear that was bows, and then he had like these he even had a bodysuit that kind of like flared out like this, but it was connected to the top or whatever. So I was really shocked about how he made that. And then he even had these like 3D flowers kind of poking out from these glasses, and then even from these dresses. So it was just a lot going on. It was kind of giving me whiplash, but then I had to like really figure out what was going on with this collection. But yeah, the color scheme was kind of interesting. It was a little bit all over the place for me, because I guess we're just going to go ahead and get into the aesthetics, and then we're going to get into the concept. For this collection, let me see, where did I put my colors? For this collection, he really had pinks, whites, blacks, he had greens, he had oranges, he had reds, well, kind of like peaches, not really orange, but peaches. He had red, he had purples, he had blacks, he had yellows, he had grays, he had pinks, he had lavenders. He even had purple mixed with peaches, and then he also had lots of hot pinks and a lot of white as well. And then just some of the outfits that he had for this. He had huge colorful bows. Like I said, you guys, I have seen at least 6 or 7 designers with bows for the collections, and I have no idea what's going on, but I do think that it's maybe on trend or it's on theme for what's going to be coming this spring or summer. He had 3D feathers, he had ruffles, he had ball gowns, he had sheer, he had fur, he had shorts, he had tights under sparkly underwear, which was really interesting. He had long jackets, he had a lot of stripes, he had polka dots, he had prints, he had prints and patterns, he had ruching, he had sheer loose dresses on top of underwear, he had bodysuits. He even had one thing where it was like an afro made out of fabric on an Asian woman, and that one was a little bit confusing. That's why I said circus. Like, I know he said in his inspiration he had like he said his inspiration was inspired by clubs in the 1980s. It was also inspiration from Studio 54 to London's new romantic Blitz Club. And then he said what was common for these certain clubs and stuff like that, it was that there was always gender blending. And he wanted this collection to represent a club for today. Thinking of inclusivity, also welcoming people for who they are and who they want to be. And he had a lot of tiny pelmet skirts. He had dresses with cutout polka dots. He had t-shirts styled with micro minis. The minis were so short it was not even funny. It's like one wrong move and you will be seeing some genitalia. Okay, and then he had floor trailing capes. He had lots of giant ruffles, and he had a lot of intergender inclusivity as well for this collection. So it was a lot going on. And he even had feather coats. There was one guy with a pink mohawk. So it was definitely giving me party vibes. It was definitely giving me unisex, because there were some times I couldn't tell if who was a man and who was a woman. So it also kind of seemed like the silhouettes also were kind of mimicking unisex as well. So it was really interesting. I don't know, do we go ahead and just get into the individual outfits? I don't know, but you guys let me know. Were you guys feeling it? Were you just as confused as me? I just felt like it was really a departure from what I saw him create last season. Last season, it just seemed like it was really pretty. He had these really cute he really kept in the theme of just blacks and pinks, and I really love that. I really think it's really cool when you kind of dye down the color and you really focus on silhouettes, and I felt like he did that very well last season. This one, it seems like it's more about color, and it seems like it's more about gender inclusivity, which is awesome. But yeah, it was just quite interesting. I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the individual looks before I go on a tangent. I did not like the first look. It was so odd. It was like a bow tie attached to her underwear, and then it was like you had this huge tuxedo jacket on top, and then you had this white shirt with this tie. I just felt like it was a little bit all over the place. I just really was not a fan of this look at all. But you know, he had a couple of looks that I really was not a fan of at all. Yeah, I just was. Yeah, it was giving me whiplash. But then he had a very pretty pink ball gown on a gorgeous model. It seemed like it was it was a strapless dress. It had like a short dress on top with a train, and then you had this really big voluminous skirt underneath it. So I thought that was really pretty. I really did love the color. It took me back to last season. I thought it was very tastefully done, and I thought it was really cute. But then it's like fast forward, you have this pink sheer top with this huge ruffle, and then you have these sparkly gloves, and you have these really bright green tights, and then you have this sparkly bejeweled underwear that looks like it was a thong. Like, y'all say that? Like, I just felt like, I don't know about Studio 54. I doubt I was even alive at that time. I was born in 1998, so Studio 54 was like 1980, I think. I don't know if this is what they were wearing in Studio 54, but I just felt like it was a no. Like, I know it's couture, but I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know what the hell. I just really did not like that outfit. But I thought this next outfit was really, really, really cute. It was on this beautiful man. He had like this, was kind of like, it was like this beautiful draped top that had this really open front. And it had like these eggplant eggplant colored pants. No innuendos here, okay? And there were these baggy pants that were really cute. I really liked the color pairing of the top with the pants, so I thought it was really nice. But that was kind of one of the more normal outfits. And then it's like he went back crazy again, and he had like this pink and black striped coat, and then it had like this black ruffle here, and then he had these neon green heels. It was just a lot going on. I was like, but this was giving me a little bit of a circus for me personally. And then he had like this pink dress with this woman wearing it, and it was like this pink bow, and then it was like this suspended dress with these pink straps here, and then it's like you have this long train, but it looks like it wasn't ironed. I don't know. I think that might just be the fabric actually. I mean, I like the idea of it, but I just felt like maybe you could have just had like a fitted black skirt underneath. I mean, yes, you can keep the skin showing on the top, but I just felt like it was really confusing. Like, this really was not my favorite collection at all. And then you have like these tuxedos, and then you have this tie as well, and then you have like this sparkly gold skirt underneath it. So it's like you're going to work, but then it's like you're really not going to work, and then you have like these fur boots. It looks like whoever was wearing it was a very confused individual. It's like, well, you know, I have a business meeting on Zoom at 2 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. I have to go to a party. So that's how it looked like she was. It was like business up top, and then it was like party at the bottom, and I was just like, yeah, she has a lot of things going on in her life right now. But one outfit that I really did love was this really beautiful deep red that this man was wearing. It was so gorgeous. It was like a sparkly tuxedo, and it really was giving me Studio 54 vibes for sure. I really love this outfit. I wish he would have kind of kept with like this funky, sparkly theme of like maybe having these tuxedos that were kind of really funky and cool, and they were like, you know, of course, tuxedos are like business, but then you kind of bring in the party with them with the colors, the silhouettes, and maybe the textures and even the fabrics. I felt like if he had done that, that would have been much better. But it just seemed like there were some things that were really just so random and just out of the box that I just felt like weren't necessary for this collection, personally. And then there's this one girl that came in that looked like she literally was like a mime, really. Like she was wearing this all white with floral motifs on the outfit. Well, it looks like it was it floral lace. Then she has this white ruffle collar, and then she has like these ruffles at the bottom of the dress, and then it just was giving me very much so like it was about to be a mime wedding. Like two mimes were going to get married and just walk down the aisle. That's what it looked like for me. And then of course you guys know I had briefly talked about this this bodysuit that looked like a top, but it looks like it's attached with, it looks like a bodysuit because it has like underwear and it's just a top. Then you have these sparkly stockings. Like what I do appreciate about this collection is the creative freedom and just kind of going with the flow and just not really giving a damn about like, you know, aesthetics kind of like correlating, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like I really did not like this bodysuit. And I'm just like, you know, how would you even wear it? Because say you decide to wear this as a bodysuit, right? But you want to wear like maybe pants, you really can't because it's like it flows out. By the time you put on the pants, it's like the shirt is kind of tucked into the pants. So that's like, how do you wear it unless you just cut that whole part that's supposed to be like the underwear for the bodysuit? I just felt like this one was kind of ill-fitting. But you know who I can see wearing some of these outfits and kind of really rocking it? It will be Zendaya. I feel like this red Studio 54 jacket and the pants, I think she will rock that. I think she'll look really well with it. You know, I think I can also see Zendaya wearing this like red stiff outfit. It kind of reminded me of the one that Schiaparelli just had recently where it was his first look. It was like this black corseted was this strapless top, and then you had like this white pleated skirt underneath. I feel like Zendaya, I can totally see her wearing that. One outfit that I thought was really interesting was this black outfit that had this white bow on the side and this really, really deep neckline. Like it went and it curved underneath her belly button, honey. Like, I mean, an inch or two lower and you'll be seeing some nookies. So I just felt like it was a bit too much how low it was, but I could totally see a celebrity wearing this. I could probably see Kendall wearing this, honestly. But I did like the silhouette of it. I just did not like the bow on the side. I'm sure whoever wears it will probably get rid of the bow and just rock it the way the dress is without the bow. So I personally felt like he probably should have just kept the Studio 54 and did the whole tuxedo and business thing, but had the, sorry, that's my cat crying next to me. I just felt like he probably should have kept the Studio 54 aesthetic and probably had stuck with maybe business silhouettes but made it party. You know what I'm saying? Because since he wanted to be gender fluid, you could have had women in, male silhouettes, and then you could have had the men and female silhouettes if that's what you wanted, and they kind of blended it with this whole serious versus party look with the whole Studio 54. But I just felt like some things just were not necessary, like the green tights, the neon green tights, the sparkly underwear on top that looks like it's supposed to be a thong. And then you had these sheer outfits and these sheer tops. I was just like, what is going on? But I guess that's couture for you. And then there's this one lady who had bleached eyebrows, honey, which I'm just seeing now. And then she, like, he bleached her eyebrows, but then he draws a black eyebrow on top. Y'all see that? Yeah. Valentino, this look collection, I am going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'm sorry. This really just, it was a bit, it wasn't my aesthetic. You know, there are some people who will totally love this aesthetic. And, you know, hats off to them. You know, I have a whole different aesthetic and I have what I like and what I don't like. This is just my opinion. It just was a little bit of a miss for me. But if you guys liked it, please let me know down below. But that is my opinion on the Valentino show. It is Mary and it is Zenny. And we invite you guys to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Thanks for watching.